Are you an entrepreneur that is getting frustrated with selling your products and services to your target customer? Are you a solopreneur and maybe you've been doing this for a minute, but you can't seem to get a grasp on getting consistent customers to purchase your products or services, or even to get on your email list? Well, I have some actionable steps in this video that is going to help you out. So the first thing I'm going to say to you is make sure you create a plan, because that is so important, because you have to know exactly where your target customer is hanging out online. Are they on Facebook? Are they on YouTube? Are they in LinkedIn? Or are they on Pinterest? And when you know that, because you have studied, you have basically done the research, then you also know what type of content they are consuming. If you know they're consuming certain types of content, then maybe you want to make more types of content that is relevant to what it is that they are already consuming, but you want to put your spin on it. Because remember, we're not trying to copy anybody, but you want to make sure your voice is being heard and what you bring to the table in your niche, in your market, that it is going to resonate with your target customer. Now, the second part that I want to give you is make sure that you are creating relevant content, because the whole point of it is, before your target customer or audience will purchase from you, they want to make sure that you are meeting the needs that they have. They want to make sure, if you have a checklist or an ebook or whatever that may be, that when they download it, they can say, wow, this person really gets me. This person really understands me. And when they sign up on your email list and you are continually giving them relevant content, whether it's through a blog or on your social media channels, then that can also help to solidify you as a brand to them. They're knowing that now you're not just some fly-by-night company, that you're in this for the long haul. And then they will trust you when you come out with a launch or your products and services. But you got to really stick in there in the beginning. And I know that it can be sometimes frustrating and it can be a long process. But you as an entrepreneur have to know that it is going to take some time to develop trust with your customers. I mean, when you think about it from the standpoint of you being a consumer, you also sometimes vet other businesses before you just pull out your credit card. You want to make sure that when you look on this maybe new website or this new product or service that's coming out, you want to see even testimonials. You want to see what experiences that other people have had with this brand. So this way you know that you're not getting duped. Now, what I want to say to some of you entrepreneurs, because I hear you, that's saying, well, what if I don't have any testimonials? What if I have a product or service, but I don't have anyone that's going to vouch for it? Well, what I'm going to say to you is basically get some beta testers. Maybe you have a group of entrepreneur friends. Maybe you have some family members. And maybe what you can do is maybe select maybe 5 to 6 people from that group and say, listen, I would love for you to beta test my program or my product. And you would create basically the review for them. You would basically put down the different types of questions that you want them to answer. And I'll give you an example. Now, what I want to do is I want to give you some examples of when you are setting up for beta testers. Now, whether you have a product or whether you maybe have a course, maybe somebody is taking your 5-module or 3-module, whatever that course is, you want your questions to be very specific based on whatever module they're taking. You want to make sure, is this new material? Meaning, have they ever heard this material anywhere else before? Because if it's new to them, then that's a good thing, because it means that you have given new information for them. That way they can now go and implement that and take that new information and see a result from it. And then you want to make sure to point out, was the presenter, did they talk slow enough? Were you able to understand them? Was the information given in a way, or the presentation given in a way that helped you to better understand the material? And then you want to make sure that your questions are not just yes and no, because you want to pull out answers from your beta testers so they can give you specific parts of the different modules that they're taking. So this way you will know either if something that you need to go back and fix, or you need to go back and tweak before you put it out there for your specific launch date. So I think that is an excellent way to get feedback and to get testimonials. It doesn't always have to be from someone who has basically bought your product or your service for you to get feedback from. You have family members, you have friends, and I'm sure you have some entrepreneur friends as well that can test your product or service and give you the feedback so you can put that out when you are doing your launches. So I hope this has given you some tips. And remember to make your call to actions very strong. The thing that I have seen, and I think it does a disservice to us as entrepreneurs, when you are putting a call to action on your website or whatever that may be, maybe on a social media platform, don't get the hopes high of your followers that they're going to get some awesome download or some awesome checklist or some awesome type of content, and you give them this front and back page that is basically something that they could have gotten off of YouTube or on Google, basically, and it doesn't represent your brand correctly. Because I have seen those type of entrepreneurs, and basically what they will actually do, your followers, they will unfollow you because they're seeing that you're just basically wanting their email address so you can basically sell to them. So that is not what we're in it for at the beginning. In the beginning, we're in it to provide relevant content to our target audience, to make sure that we are solving a problem for them, to make sure you are solving a problem for them. So when you do that, you build up that, what they say, know, like, and trust factor. So you want to make sure you're doing that. And I know that you've heard that terminology across social media, but the truth is, when you look at your buying habits or your spending habits as a consumer, do you just automatically purchase from someone that says, hey, I have this awesome product or I have this awesome service? So start thinking even in the mindset of how you purchase and what you do before you make a decision to buy a product or service from someone. So if you think like that, then imagine how your target customers are also thinking, especially if they don't know you. So I hope these tips have helped you, because if you continue to stick with it, and you continue to provide the relevant content that is needed, you will start to see your email list will grow, your followers will grow, and then eventually you will turn them into customers. So have a great day, and I will be back with you on the next video to give you tips to help you grow and strengthen your business.